Alright guys, welcome back to Soai. You guys know we're checking out 100 Jamaican/Caribbean inspired restaurants all across New York. And today we're heading to Queens where we're going to a Guyanese spot. Now this video today is very special because a subscriber of mine, Shelly, she said, hey, I want you to check out a Guyanese spot. She even contributed to the channel to make this possible. Now I did see some comments from you guys asking about the updates on rice. Now, quickly, I'll tell you, in the video, I was in fear that he might be in the hospital. He was in the hospital in critical condition at that. By the time I made that video, maybe in like 20 minutes, his brother reached out to me. I had a conversation, and I found out that he was in critical care for at least about a week. The next day, I went up to the hospital. I saw him, didn't take any pictures, didn't do any videos. But just to tell you in synopsis, he was in a recovering state, but you guys know how it goes. He lost some weight. He was just now getting around to learning to speak again. I spoke to him this morning actually via text. We did a video call a couple days back, and he's now talking. Everything is going well. He's on the road to recovery. And at some point later on, I'll catch up with him and give you guys more details on that. But I want to thank you guys for the kind words, the wishes, and the most important thing is go out there, enjoy life as much as possible, enjoy the people around you as much as possible, take pictures with them, videos, keep their memories preserved as much as you can. That's why I like making content like this. Funny enough, Rice and I were supposed to do this exact video. So today, bro, this one's for you. I know you're laying up, doing your recovery, and I hope you specifically enjoyed this video today. All right, let's head over to Queens. I have a long way over there. It's gonna be like an hour and 40-minute drive or train ride. That's why I don't really go to Queens as often. So when you don't see me in Queens a lot or Brooklyn, yeah, I'm gonna lose 3 hours out of my day just to go there and to get back. All right, see you guys in the next part. Almost 2 hours and 3 trains later, and we are in Queens. So I had to stop by the bank. I had to do all those stuff because Caribbean restaurants usually don't take credit cards. All right, if I could travel for 2 hours, you guys can easily drive your cars here, especially if you live in the neighborhood, and check out some of these spots. So ensure that you save this video, and always in the description box there will be the map link, the location, the name of the restaurant, so you can find it. All right, just behind me immediately I found a roti shop, so that's pretty cool. All right, but that's not our stop just yet. I'm gonna be going to Kaieteur. Let's go. All right, so quick little FYI, there seems to be several Kaieteur restaurants. There's actually one in the Bronx. I pass by there quite often. It doesn't look as good, so I don't want to represent Guyana in that way. And speaking about Guyana, this area is called Little Guyana. So you're gonna find like a lot of Guyanese restaurants here. That's one of the reasons why I didn't post a lot of Guyanese restaurants, and that's because they're not in every single part of New York. Like there would be Jamaican spots and Trini spots. So yeah, I'm now in the place where I could find them. All right, so I do see Kaieteur Express. That one does seem to be one of the better ones, especially via social media. So we're gonna get there in just about a minute. So from the train, this is the last stop on the A train. You're gonna get to Kaieteur in a minute. All right, we're here looking right at Kaieteur as we speak, but yeah, the surroundings is pretty nice. Behind me, I can see some fresh farm produce. You guys know I like to cook, so that's good to see. And I'm certain that you're gonna get a lot of Caribbean influenced items here. So it seems like a pretty cool spot. Wow, I'm super hungry. Haven't eaten anything all morning. What do you guys think I should get from this spot? I'm thinking fried rice, chicken. I previously had one from a very good Guyanese spot in the Bronx, so I'm kind of wanting to compare that. And if I see anything else interesting on the menu, I'll definitely check it out. Kaieteur and these Guyanese spots do make Chinese influenced meals. So the fried rice, that's an Asian type thing. you're gonna find those type of meals there, but I still think that Caribbeans, for some strange reason, do that Asian influence better. All right, so we're here at Kaieteur. Now, the most important thing, there are several around New York. So there's one in the Bronx, there's probably 2 out in Queens, and yeah, I'm showing you guys the interior so you see that there is seating. You guys know I don't normally, sit down inside. It's summer, I like enjoying the weather. Now, what happened was about 20 years ago, the original guy that started the restaurant, he sold the business off. So there are several different owners of the Kaieteur franchise. That's why the logos might look a little bit different, and that's kind of the backstory to that. However, they say that the recipes or the meals are pretty much the same, so depending on where you are, then you could try that one out. For me, Bronx was a close one, but I don't know. The outside for me just didn't look appeasing, so I didn't go there. This one looks a lot better. There is seating on the inside, as you guys can see, a bunch of seating. They just opened up. It's 11:30, they open at 11, and there's also seating upstairs as well. So yeah, they're capable of taking in a lot of people. All right, let me put in my order really quick. Okay, so I was recommended, I really wanna challenge this spot that I went to in the Bronx that I think has the best fried rice and chicken.
Okay.
So I wanna try your version of that.
Okay.
So the
Chicken
chicken fried rice, what's the price on those?
after tax it comes up to be 14.
How much?
14.
$14.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay. So I'm definitely gonna rock with that. Which one? So the shrimp or the chicken? Like which one is like?
Both of you is good. My personal favorite is the shrimp, but if you want to try the chicken, then go.
Try shrimp wonton with the orange sauce.
Shrimp wonton with the orange sauce?
It's very good.
All right.
It's a little appetizer.
All right.
And then obviously a traditional natural chicken fried rice.
That's what I'm getting.
It's a natural chicken fried rice. Anything else is just digging deeper and diver into the culture.
Okay.
So like a natural, the normal thing is a chicken fried rice.
Which is the deep? What is the deepest thing in the culture?
Deepest, you would be getting a goat curry and a roti. Something.
I love that. I actually love curry and roti. Yeah.
Beef curry or something like that. Chicken curry. That is deep.
Got you. All right, so we did put in our order. I changed my order a bit because with the shrimp it's gonna be like $30, and I know I'm probably going to go to 4 places today, and I can't eat everything, so that would be pointless getting the shrimp. I'll come back at another time and do that. But my bill was somewhere around $17. Now you guys know most of the places I go to, at least 95% of them, I'm paying my way because I think that's gonna give me the best and most honest opinion on food. So yeah, that's basically that. So $17, it's not bad. Plus I got a soda with it as well. Also, one of the best things about coming to spots like these is, I would say, at least 80% of the times you're gonna get your food hot and fresh, because I've been waiting here for at least about 10 minutes, so it's telling me that they're gonna do that stir-fried rice hot and fresh. Most of the times I get it, it's like it's burning, piping hot, so that's a good thing. So if you come here, don't expect it's gonna be steam table type operations where you just order something and you're just gonna scoop it in and then that's it. You're gonna have to wait just a little bit. All right, so we're out in Queens to get this amazing looking plate for $17 with a drink. The weight of it feels pretty good, feels like a pretty good value, and it is stuffed. But we're gonna try the soda first. I opted for the banana flavor for this Tomboy, so let's try that. Tastes like banana the moment you open it. Banana. Peach. Let's open this up, see what it looks like. There we have it. So we have our chicken there with some type of sauce. We have the fried rice, and we also have a bit of cabbage on top. Well, basically snap dab in the middle. Looks pretty appealing. What is this? Looks like a chicken breast. I'm not a breast guy, for chickens at least, but this piece is flavorful, has a fair amount of moisture still in there, but I'm gonna try a piece that I would prefer. The little drumstick here looks nice and crisp. Oh my God, we cannot drop food again. No, we're not doing that. All in all, it has really good flavor. Not a flavor that I can distinctly speak on, but just generally good flavor. Now, the moment you hear fried chicken, you're thinking about texture. You want to have something that's crispy. Not getting a lot of crispiness with this. The skin, you could tell that it was fried, but whatever sauce they put on top of it kind of saturates that a little bit. But all in all, the flavor is good. Now to the fried rice. Let's see. This is also a very flavorful fried rice. What's funny? This fried rice tastes a lot better than a lot of the, I don't even want to pick out a group of people, but the Chinese restaurants that I've been to. Way more flavorful. You get more of that soy sauce in there. It manages to have a nice balance of, it's mainly tasting Asian, but then you can get those small hints of that Caribbean flavor in there as well. And a lot of these meals got influenced because there are Asian people that migrated to places like Jamaica, Guyana. So, of course, any country that you go to, they're going to also bring your culinary techniques, your palate along with you, and then the people of that country also will embrace it too, if it's good. Try this wing. The wing has a little bit more crispiness than every other part of the chicken that I've had so far. All in all, this plate for me is solid. Richer flavor. I think, however, the major drawback for this dish would just be the crispiness of the chicken. You know, when you get a fried chicken, whether it's Asian or Jamaican or Guyanese, you kind of want to have that crispiness on the skin. For me, it was heavily lacking, but in terms of flavor, texture, I would like a chicken breast to be a little bit juicier, but Caribbean's fried a little bit different. Overall, it is solid, and for the price as well, you cannot beat $17 for this plate and a soda. That's crazy. However, they gave me with some hot sauce. I'm gonna use the hot sauce, gonna take it up to a next level because I am a fan of spice. Right, the hot sauce here. Oh, that's a lot. This part of the chicken, oh, this is a thigh, that's why. This piece of the chicken is very, it's more the texture in terms of juiciness that I'm looking for. Seems to be very juicy, but then the skin, of course. Here the skin is nice and crispy, but the other parts is a little bit on the soggier side. Let's go. Man, that thigh texture, and that little crispy part, good. That's what I was looking for. That took up another point. I don't know if they give you options, but if you're not a breast fan or you don't really care what part of the chicken you get, I would always suggest getting the thigh and the leg, because the thigh, for me, tends to retain juiciness and moisture a lot easier than the breast. The breast dries out a lot faster and tends to be less flavor involved. Like it takes a lot to really flavor chicken breast as opposed to every other part of the chicken. So that would be my suggestion. I got another piece of thigh here and I know it's gonna be exceptional. Look how the bone fell through that, juicy. That's a way better bite. Now if I were to add another critique. If I were to do something like this, I would say just to add a little bit more scallions or something of that sort, maybe green onions on top of it. I think that would give it just a little bit more of a nicer color, because I'm seeing mostly yellows. But not just the color, because that's whatever. It would also add a little bit more of a herbaceousness to the dish, which I think would just really even send it even further. And mostly, you know, in Asian cuisine, they do use a lot of, you know, green onions or scallions and stuff like that. But overall, for me, this dish is easily an 8.5 if you were to give food numbers. Also, I must add, some people when they do fried rice, it's kind of dry. I guess it's a fried rice, but they make it dry. This one had a nice amount of moisture to it as well, and that for me is commendable. So the guy inside was nice enough to give me a complimentary dish of the shrimp. So I'm gonna get a chance to try the shrimp today, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Now, spoiler alert, the next place I'm gonna be going into the next video is called, I believe it's Little Guyana or something like that. And they say that they're also the owners of that spot. The difference is though, the flavors they said are a little bit different. So they have like, you know, a rasta pasta with pepper shrimp. And I think I might be trying that. We'll put the flavors there, go bananas. Damn. Look at that, man. All right. It tastes exactly like it looks. The shrimp texture is perfect. Nice, juicy. Sweeter taste to it. Almost hoisin sauce-esque, or oyster sauce. And then there's spice. Not an intimidating kind of spice. Very friendly. Very much there. Crispiness, so I think they said it's like a kind of like a fried shrimp, is not there, but again, it was sitting for about 15 minutes. The sauce is very more, you know, it's saucy, so that's gonna kind of affect it a little bit, so better than mine, but astounding. The veg, it's cooked to freaking perfection. I'm a grown up now. The days of just wanting protein and starch are gone. I do want to have a little bit more dimension with something herbaceous, something vegetable, like in a dish to really top everything off. And this, I think, leans a lot more towards an Asian style shrimp than Caribbean, if you ask me. Maybe the spice, it was giving me the Caribbean type flavor, but definitely more Asian and definitely a lot better than a lot of the places I've been to trying to get me some good Chinese food. Shrimp and some onions. If you cook onions just right, it loses that spicy, pungent flavor, and it's a lot more on a sweeter, slightly caramel type taste. Arousing. Really good. Easily a 9. All right, now the question is it better than Carafesta that's out in the Bronx? I don't know. Maybe Carafesta was just having a day where they were just popping off. I don't know. Pretty similar, but I'm still gonna be leaning more towards them for now. Now, if you're ever out in Queens and you wanna step outside of the box, if you've never had Guyanese food before and you're a fan of Chinese food, bro, it's a no-brainer. Definitely stop there. There's a bunch of other restaurants on the stretch as well that you could check out. Be open, check out other restaurants and see which ones might be your favorite one. All right, I'm gonna go get some more food, but until I catch you guys in the next video, remember 3 things: love, nature, adaptation, and always remember, keep a link.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong.